Okay, so 20x equals 120. Remember now that means times, 20 times x. So when I take the 20 over the other side, I do the opposite and I divide. Now what we can do here to make life simple, because there's a common factor here of 10, top and bottom, we can cancel those zeros, okay? Simplify, and we end up 12 divided by 2 is 6, okay? If you don't want to do that, you can just see 20, yeah? How many times it goes into 120. Think about money, £20, how many £20 do you need to get to £120? And it comes to be 6, doesn't it? Again, with this one, I would just look to think, what am I taking away from 40 to get to 25? Of course, that needs to be 15, doesn't it? Okay, so with number 10, we've got what we call like a two-step equation. So the first thing you do is take that negative 7 over to the other side. So it becomes 3x, that's what we're left with. And when you take that negative 7 over, we do the opposite and it becomes a plus 7. So we get 11 plus 7 is 18. Okay, so 3x is 18. Now, of course, to get x, okay, then on its own, we need to take this 3 over. Because this 3 times x, when I take it over, we're dividing. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. Number 11, nice and straightforward one to begin with. Just take that 3 over, becomes a minus 3, and we get 8. Again, then we've got a two-step equation with this second part. So we take that over first, this number that's on its own here at the end. So if I take that over, well, it's a minus 7. Take it over, becomes a plus 7. 9 plus 7 is 16. And then to get y, well, that means 2 times y. So when I take it over, I'm going to do the opposite and divide. So I get 16 divided by 2, which is 8. Okay, number 12. 3x plus 8 is 23, okay? So when I take that 8 over the other side, here, that's the first step. Of course, it goes from a plus 8 to a minus 8, okay? So 23 take away 8 is 15. And then to get x on its own, because I've got 3 times x, when I take it over, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to divide, and I get 15 divided by 3, which is 5. Okay, so another one here now whereby 2 steps, you need to take the minus 2 over first. So it becomes a plus 2. Okay, do the opposite from minus 2 to a plus 2. And then that becomes 12. And then of course to get x then, well, because it's 3 times x, I take the 3 over and I do the opposite and I divide. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Right, so with 14 we've got letters on both sides. Okay, we've got a 13y here, we've got a 9y here. What you need to do is to swap things around. Firstly, it's important to get that 9y, take it over the other side, take it over to the left side so that the y's are together. So you start off here with 13y, keep that where it is, but if I take that 9y over, now of course if you look closely in front of it, there's no sign there, so that means it's positive. Okay, it's hard for me to write in there, but it is positive. So when I take that over, it becomes minus 9y. Okay? Now you might be wondering then what I'm going to do with the numbers. Well, I'm going to take the 9y over, so I've got the y's on this side, and I'm going to have the numbers then on this side. So if you look here, I've got plus 27 left. Okay? And then, this minus 5, I'm going to take this over to the right, and it goes from a minus, of course, to a plus. Plus 5. So 13y take away 9y. 13 take away 9 is 4. 27 add 5 is 32, positive 32. And then to get y, I've got to do 32 divide by 4, because they're timesing that. So take it over and divide, and you get 8. Lastly then, same sort of thing, we need to get the x's on the left. So don't worry about that 9 for a minute. Look at the fact you've got 2x here. So let's write 2x first. There's 2x. And then let's shift this minus 4x over to the left. So it's minus 4x, isn't it? So when I take it over, it becomes plus 4x. And then on the right, I've got 21. Now, let's deal with this 9. Of course, that 9 there is a positive 9, yeah? We know it's positive because there's nothing in front of it. If it was negative, there'd be a negative sign there. So it's positive, but when I take it over, of course, you do the opposite and you take away. So this is going to become 6x. And then 21 take away 9 is 12. And then of course to get x, you take the 6 over, because I'm timesing, you take it over and divide, and you get 2.